Hi guys, this is Tony Mitra trying to go live on Glorious and Free. I'm not sure if I'm looking all right and if you can see me and all that, whether this lighting is okay. I don't even know whether it is online because I'm not very familiar with it. But I was requested to go live and I wanted to show you three items that I'm bringing to Ottawa. One is a very small sign that I intend to hang on my neck, either this way or this way. They say stop medical tyranny. This is Canada and not Bill Gatestan. Stop killing our freedoms and give me liberty or give me death. Shoot me down. I would rather die on my feet a free man than live on my knees like a slave. The other side says abolish Canadian slavery. Stop fake news. Stop fake science. Give me liberty or give me death. Now, these two are also with me, also waterproof, laminated, a little bigger. I'm hesitating to use them because it interferes with my hands and I have problem handling cameras and mobile phones, and also if the jostling takes place, I have to, protect my wife. She's just recovered from a major surgery and she's not 100% yet. She's coming because she's very interested. So for all those reasons, although I'm taking them with me, I don't know whether I'll be using them. So I might hang one of them behind me like that. Like this, because backside is free. But really, that's not why I'm making this live video. It's not about me and it's not about hanging signs. It should be about saving Canada. The whole world is going down the tube, but we are Canadians. We can only think about Canada. Technically speaking, I mean, the way the system was rigged up to now, if the system still is functional, then adult human beings of this land called Canada only have or should have control over the behavior of the Canadian government. We have no control over how Zimbabwe should act, or Russia should act, or some country in South America, Brazil should act. We only should have control over how Canadian government should act. That's it. Whether that system is still existing or has been superseded by a global new world order where we don't have any control whatsoever on anything remains to be seen. But that's where things are moving, I suppose, I suspect. And this is my view, and that is there are many ways to solve it. Yes, there is, for instance, unifythepeople.ca. They want to write a new constitution, and if there are not enough people that ratify a new constitution, that becomes a law, and automatically the existing governments are kind of fired. The politicians become unemployed politicians, and you have a new governing system. However, that's not going to happen unless you have a huge number of people supporting it. Huge number. The numbers are now missing. Now, the others are protesting on the streets, like I am, like holding all this placard and all. Does that make any difference? Well, 100, 200 people, 1,000 people, maybe not. But I tell you, I'm from Lower Mainland City in British Columbia. If 2 million people marched on the street in Vancouver demanding that the lockdown be overthrown immediately and an independent court case be initiated to see if politicians have done whatever they have done to the best interest of the people, or they have betrayed the people in a treasonous act, that would happen the very next day. We need the numbers. So you can write a new constitution, You can shake this placard all over the place. You can write letters to the politicians which they just throw in the junk and their junk mail, your trash basket gets full faster. All these things, every one of these methods can work, will work, if there is enough people behind it. I have been talking about disobeying unjust laws. I learned it from Gandhi. He only had 38 blinking villagers, uneducated, back in India in the 1930s, almost 80, 90 years ago. And he decided to march to the ocean to make salt, which was illegal, made illegal by the British Raj. You had to buy salt at an exorbitant price from government-approved outlets, and you could not make your own salt by just drying seawater in the sun. That was so easy. So he decided that was an extremely unjust law, and when people are faced with an unjust law, it becomes people's duty to break the law. Of course, it's not as easy as it is said. You break the law, you face the law. You face the police, you face the army, or face the courts and jail, and you face being beaten up and all that. So people have to shed their fear of the police. So these 38 uneducated, dirt-poor villagers had faith in Gandhi and started marching towards the sea. It was very far away, hundreds and hundreds of kilometers away. So they marched some and the rested whichever village they got to or slept under the tree, and the numbers started growing. By the time they reached the ocean, they were not 38, there were almost 1,000 odd people. And they were beaten up by the police. They fell on the ground because they were beaten by baton and all that. But they were non-violent. They refused to fight back. At the same time, they refused to obey the order. They defied the police. You go ahead, break our bones, kill us, but we will not obey the order. What happened in the end? The might of the British Empire, on which the sun never set, it was so vast. A simple march and making salt, defying the law, undid the British Empire without firing a shot. I am 70 years old. I'm willing to give up my life. I am. I know you cannot because you're young, you have families and this and that. But everybody has to face some amount of danger in order to gain freedom. You cannot save Canada by sitting on the fence and staying, inoculated from all jostle and all street fights and every trouble. You don't want to be fined, you don't want to be jailed, you don't want to show your face, you want to hide behind a pseudo name and pseudo picture. And if you are that afraid, you don't deserve freedom. Actually, the best thing I can say about a democracy is that people get exactly the kind of government they deserve. So if our government has hijacked democracy, it's our fault, it's my fault, because I allowed it to happen. The buck always stops at my feet and your feet. Think about it. You can't demand justice, you cannot demand freedom, you cannot demand liberty, you have to fight for it. And then you will get it. That's it, folks. I have nothing else to say. I'm just an old man, cantankerous, opinionated, and I was not even born here. Chalo, namaste.